Rise and shine, everybody. Hello to you and yours. My name is Alkebulan, and it is such a pleasure to have you here. It is an honor, actually, to be recording this finally. It is an honor to be here. It is an honor to have you having downloaded this and taking the time out of your busy schedule to listen to what I have to say. So, firstly, thank you. The name of the podcast is Becoming Co-Conscious. And what is happening right now, or what this is all about, it's the first show, and so I thought that before I dive deep into anything, I should just ease into it by introducing what becoming co-conscious is all about. Firstly, personally, I would like to share that it has been a long time coming. I had this call to release something like this in 2020 when COVID came officially into South Africa, or when it was locked down in South Africa. And I went through a fasting at the time, and it was a divine instruction, and I believe that right now officially I've stepped into my purpose. A lot of things have happened to give me the insights or experience about what I'm about to share, or what I'm going to be sharing about in this journey. And if this is for you, I trust it will be something that's going to feed and nourish your soul, and nourish your mind, nourish your spirit. And I believe that you too will step into the position that was created for you, or your purpose, really. So without getting all soppy and emotional, I'll just get to it. So the name of this episode is titled What is Co-Conscious? So, okay, many a times in my spiritual growth, in my journey back to myself, I used to hear a lot of gurus say stuff like, you need to become the best version of yourself, or when you step into a room, you need to bring out you like the higher version of yourself, stuff like that. So um like I used to ask, okay, the best version of myself, what is the best version of myself? I know the kind of person maybe that I should be, like I must be kind, I must be smart, I must be, or the kind of person that attracts other people. But what is actually meant by that? And I find that a lot of gurus, or a lot of people who are about spiritual awakening, I don't think all of them are like true and genuine, and so they pick up phrases from wherever, and then just because they're trending, and then they just throw it in your face, without actually putting it in a way that actually resonates with somebody, like with you. So okay, what they would usually say, these gurus, is that you need to close your eyes and just envision yourself in the best way possible, right? And I guess that is how you find the highest version of yourself, or the best version of yourself. But according to me, what resonates with me is that when we talk about a higher version of yourself or the best version of yourself, we talk about what you already are. The higher version of yourself is who you already are. You don't need to go out and attain a certain quality or try to be something, maybe try to be kinder, try to be bubbly, or try to be the center of a crowd, try to get attention in a way that is not true to you. The higher version of yourself, according to me, is something that you already are. It's just that if you are not aware, or if you are not that, it is only because so many layers have been put on you that have pulled you away from your higher version. To me, the highest version of yourself is actually your inner child, because that is the one person or the one being that is who you truly are. Look at children in their most innocent, by children, I mean toddlers who haven't had the world's hardships taint their personality, or the world's hardships taint their innocence. Look at how they laugh at the most silliest of things. Even if something is not that funny, they will force laughter. And a kid's laughter is the most beautiful thing you could ever hear. It's the most beautiful sound ever. Their innocence in their curiosity about life. That's why, there's a stage where children ask you, if you're trying to reprimand a child, and you're like, don't put your hand on the stove, and they'll be like, why? you know no, because it's hot. It, like, what if the stove is hot and then like you burn, and then be like, why? Our natural state is curious. Our natural state is adventurous. Our natural state does not see limits. It does not see borders. It is not confined to this world. That is why a child, even if they see that, like, probably money is scarce, they will ask you for, like, things that go beyond your budget. And it is us who teach them, like, no, I don't have money, or I don't have that money right now. But your natural state, your inner child, is a child that has got no limits, has got no boundaries, is a child who it's a being who's got belief in, like, faith that is bigger than a mustard seed. What I like to do sometimes is that I like to ask my daughter to pray for me. And I believe, because her prayers are innocent and they're genuine and they're pure, and I believe that spiritually she's still she's still, I don't know if enlightened is the right word, but she's still spiritually open, and she still sees the possibilities, and she's able to tap into the spiritual dimension. All kids are able to, if you allow them to. So according to me, that is the higher version of yourself. And with this podcast, I would like for you to embark on the journey, or I would like to take you or accompany you on that journey to discovering or going back to who you are, to your inner child, to your God self, and build from there. I like to say something. It's something that it's a phrase, or I don't know, maybe it was a revelation. um, I like saying that your true wealth will come from your life's purpose. Your true wealth comes from the mission that you were sent here on earth for. I don't know what career you're in right now. And you might be you might be financially well off, and that's great. But if you take the step into living your life according to God's purpose for you here on this earth, I believe you'll be a million billion times more wealthy and more fulfilled. And that is what I would like you to build. Okay, I don't want to say, I've already said it, but I don't want to make it seem as though by me saying I'd like you to build from there, what I mean is that I would like you to live, I would like everybody actually to live out their life's purpose here on earth. I mean, why else were we brought into this earth if it was not to fulfill a certain mandate? It's like when the creator of television or somebody, whoever created a table, the first person who created a table, they knew that, okay, I will create this thing that allows me to put certain stuff on it. You might want to put maybe a sheet on the table and a few blankets and a pillow and sleep on the table. And that might work, okay, although it will be uncomfortable, but it is only uncomfortable because the table wasn't meant for that. And it becomes more satisfactory even for the person who owns the table, when maybe they put a vase with flowers on the table, and maybe the table is made out of glass, and that then enhances the room, so like what I'm trying to say is that excuse me, each and every one of us was created for a specific reason. And there will be no true satisfaction within us if we don't oh, excuse me. There won't be any true satisfaction within us if we don't live our lives according to what we were created for. They like humans or people have a certain void within them when you just live. I don't know if maybe it's only me, but if you just live life every day and enhancing somebody else's visions and waking up every day to the same thing. You wake up and you go to work and you spend 8 or more hours. It's actually more hours for a specific company, helping somebody else fulfill their life's purpose or their dream. And you get back home, you're tired, you don't even have time for your family, you don't even have time or the energy for your purpose, for your visions, for your dreams. And um I'm not even trying to say that people who work are not, maybe you're not supposed to be working, because maybe that is fulfilling your purpose, I don't know. Or maybe working for this season might be helping you with the skills, the finances that you need for your mission, for your life's purpose. So um what I'm trying to say is just that our lives don't end there. you know there's a bigger mission, there's a bigger purpose. We were created to be creators, we were created to be leaders, we were created to be pioneers, we were created to change the world. um right now, a few days ago, I think it was 2 days ago, I saw on Instagram, on my timeline, this African guy who created a television that can charge itself, like a television that does not need electricity. And I'm like, oh my gosh, oh wow. And the thing is that, you know what? It's not that all these things are not there or they're not possible. They are. It's just that the system of this world has confined us to thinking that we are limited, to thinking that what is right now is the only thing that is possible, to think that we we need to buy electricity. I mean, if a television can charge itself, then how do we, I mean, why do we need electricity if a television can charge itself? And there are people who've created solar energy, and in other countries they use wind energy. You know, like, there are so many things that are possible. There are so many things that are there, but the system of this world has put us in a box that says that how we found things, or how things are, is the only possibility there is. And we having to go beyond or outside the box or outside the lines is taboo, or is, it's not encouraged. It's encouraged, Nyana, but it's like, ish, you're doing a big thing for being extraordinary. When the truth is, we are extraordinary beings. We come from a divine source, that a divine consciousness that created all there is. I mean, that that oh my gosh, that oh my gosh, okay. We come from a divine source, right? Or a divine consciousness that scientifically or mathematically knew how much oxygen and carbon or whatever is in the air that we breathe in, how much of what is needed in order for us to live and survive, and how that we need trees for that oxygen, and trees need the carbon um carbon dioxide. Yes. Trees need carbon dioxide that comes from us, and they take it in, and like it's an exchange of everything. Nature, the grass that supercharge our supercharge us, oh my gosh, like, how can we come from such and so, I mean, it's not even extraordinary. I don't know how to define it. It's indescribable, but we come from that consciousness only to put ourselves in a box, only to conform to how things are in this realm. And we die without having tapped into the greatness that is within us. It is so true when they say that the richest place, oh my gosh, is a graveyard. There's so much talent. There's so much, even people who have achieved great things, and who have lived out their life's purpose. I think they still have more, hence reincarnation. But I want us to get there. I want us to get there. I would love for us to get to a point where we know with so much conviction that we are beyond what we see, we are beyond what we hear, we are beyond what we have learned, what we have been taught. We are beyond the doctrine that has been put in our minds to follow the crowd, instead of taking our own journey, and not even fight ourselves, not even fight with our souls, as to the journey we are supposed to be leading. I mean, I'm sure even if it's just one person listening to this, you wonder what more, what more is there in this life besides what I'm doing right now. So I believe that that void is your soul calling out or trying to lead you into the path that you are destined for. So, oh my gosh, I got carried away there. All right. So, I took the liberty to look up the definition of both the words core and consciousness. So, in the dictionary, core is defined as the central part of something. Okay, well, it says that it is the tough central part of a fruit. And I took, okay, which contains the seeds. So I took, maybe in my mind right now, I'm looking at a peach fruit. So I guess it is then the part of the peach that is central to its existence. Because from that seed, that one seed, it has got the potential to birth a million other peaches, but through trees, or well, a million other trees. You know what I'm saying? Like, you get the dynamics, right? So it is that part. So with us beings, it is the central or the fundamental, the crucial or vital, essential part of us that makes us who we are. So like that peach fruit, when you when you eat away at the fruit, or when you remove the flesh, when you remove the flesh of the fruit, or when you remove everything that has been piled up upon that core, that central part of you, who are you really? Who are you really? Beneath all the trauma, beneath all the heartache, beneath all the betrayal, beneath all the all life's hardships, all the disappointments, all and the good times, because life, it's yin and yang. It's not all bad. Who are you? Because the most natural thing as human beings is that we allow life's hardships to taint us. We allow life's hardships to shape or to harden us. So then instead, okay, I don't speak from a point of, I know that we are because of what we've gone through, right? But one thing that is important is that we need to be able to heal from everything that we've been through. We need to be able to heal from the trauma, and we need to, and the heartache and the betrayal and all of that, in order for us to remain our true, pure, most authentic selves. Yes, it is difficult not to change or not to transform because of life's trials. But it is also very important to remain who you are and use all those things that happened as things that probably add to your wisdom and add to to you being a warrior, because we are in a war. That is just one thing that we need to understand, whether you are aware of it or not. We are in a war, and for us to be oblivious to that just means that we are in the losing position. But this is not what this is all about. What I'm trying to say is that, who are you beneath all that trauma? If you can take the time to, and maybe that should be our homework, is that we need to think, or we need to go back to who we were in our childhood, who we were before everything happened, jolly. We used to laugh a lot. Maybe we used to be so playful. We used to believe and have so much faith in our dreams and the possibilities, life's possibilities. And we used to be able to trust. And maybe now we can't trust, because now we know that ish people aren't as true as they say they are. But instead of hardening your heart and putting up walls, use that experience as something to give you wisdom, to know that, okay, you don't just allow people to come in and out of your space or your heart, but now you need to put up standards. And if a person does not meet those standards, then they go. If a person, you see, because our spirits tell us, when you are in tune with yourself, there's that thing that's what they call, your intuition. There's that thing that tells you that, no man, this person, And so we need to go back into that. We need to be able to tap into that part of ourselves that guides us, that voice, that intuition. We need to come back to our core, because I believe our core is our personal life's compass. And if you are far from your compass, then you are far from who you are. And so coming back to yourself is you yourself demolishing all those walls, or healing all those wounds that got you to where you are, that got you further away from your true self, from your higher self, from your inner child. So the word conscious, I found that it comes from a Latin word meaning knowing or being aware of. So when you put core and conscious together, I guess it means that becoming or being aware of who you are at your center. And that is what becoming core conscious is all about. As I said earlier on, is that I would like to go with you on the journey of going back to yourself, or coming back to yourself. It involves a lot of healing. It is the most uncomfortable journey. Well, is it the most uncomfortable? I don't know. It is uncomfortable because it means that you will have to actually sit down with yourself and look at and become real with yourself. It means facing things that maybe you just prefer not to face, because what I found is that it's so easy for people to have a bad experience in life and just just put it in a box and on a shelf somewhere in the dark and just move on with life. Because we still need to live, and we still need to make a living, and we still need to, but it is in order for you to remain your true self at all times, you need to be able to deal with the most uncomfortable things. There are people who have been through the worst in life. When you take the time to actually listen to people's stories, you will find that your problems are nothing. Your challenges, what you have gone through, they're nothing compared to what people have experienced in life. But we can't just move on from things. We need to be able to deal with them. We need to be able to look at our demons in the eye and overpower them and heal from them. We need to be able to forgive ourselves, forgive others. We need to be able to be free. We need to be able to, when at the end of the day, when you have completed everything that you had set for that day, and you calling it like a day, and you put your head on the pillow, you need to be able to just close your eyes with so much peace and fall asleep. How many people actually find it so hard to sleep at night because they will be tossing and turning, and a flashback of a million horrible experiences will just be running through their minds? So much so that other people need medication to fall asleep. They need drugs to fall asleep. That is not our natural state. It is not normal. Yes, it is normal to go through hardships, trials. It is what makes us who we are. but it is not normal to have to carry that. It is not what we were created for, you know. So I would like to be with you or help you to use those hardships to make you actually or to use those hardships as a tool for your life's purpose. Yeah, I think I put it the way I'm feeling it. So this is what we're all about. As I said, this is an intro to what becoming core conscious is about. And if you like it, then I guess you need to keep on downloading this podcast. If there are things that you would like to, or if there are things that you would like me to dive into, then don't be afraid to get a hold of me. If you've got questions, I am here. I as I said, I believe this is me stepping into my life purpose, so helping you or answering your questions or talking about or unpacking what do you would like clarity on or help with. It would be me serving you, and it would be me living out my life's purpose. So it is not a bother. It is not a burden. So then, yeah, do that. Thank you so much again for tuning in. Thank you for downloading. Thank you. If you feel like your fellow friend or your fellow human being would benefit from this, don't be afraid to share. Don't be afraid to recommend a sister. This is Alkebulan, and you're listening to Becoming Core Conscious. Yeah, enjoy your day, and yeah, love you.